Stop wasting your money on a $400 microphone because I promise you, nobody can tell the difference between that and the ones I'm about to show you. Most people think they need to sell a kidney to get that crisp radio voice quality, but that is the biggest lie in the content creation world right now. You've probably seen your favorite streamers or YouTubers using that one famous microphone. You know the one, the big black one that looks like a spaceship engine. It's everywhere. And because it's everywhere, you think you need it. But here's the truth. If you plug that expensive beast into a cheap setup, or if you use it in a room that sounds like a bathroom, it's going to sound terrible. Meanwhile, there are microphones costing less than a nice dinner out that are absolutely crushing the competition in 2026. I'm talking about audio gear that sounds so good, it actually makes no sense for the price. We are going to break down the top 6 budget microphones that offer exceptional value. I've tested these. I've shouted into them. I've whispered weird things into them. And I've probably annoyed my neighbors with them. We aren't just looking at specs on a box. We are looking at real-world performance. Whether you are gaming, streaming, podcasting, or just want to sound clear on a Zoom call so your boss stops asking you to repeat yourself, one of these 6 is going to change your life. And there is one mic on this list that basically cheats the system. It gives you professional studio quality for pennies, and I'm genuinely surprised the company hasn't raised the price yet. The problem with budget audio. Let's be real for a second. Budget used to mean trash. A few years ago, if you bought a cheap microphone, you sounded like you were talking through a tin can attached to a string during a windstorm. It was bad. You would get that awful hissing noise in the background, like a snake was hiding in your desk. Or it would pick up every single sound in your house. The fridge humming, the dog barking 3 streets away, your own stomach growling. It was a nightmare. But 2026 is different. The technology has gotten smaller, cheaper, and way better. The problem now isn't finding a good mic. It's filtering out the thousands of options that all claim to be the best. You go on Amazon, and you see weird brand names you can't even pronounce, all promising crystal clear audio. How do you choose? If you pick the wrong one, you end up with a paperweight. If you pick the right one, you save hundreds of dollars that you can spend on things that actually matter, like better lighting or, rent. We need to find the sweet spot. We need microphones that are plug and play, meaning you don't need a degree in audio engineering to make them work. But we also want room to grow. We want stuff that handles background noise. Because let's face it, most of us aren't recording in a soundproof studio. We are recording in our bedrooms, our living rooms, or sometimes a closet full of clothes, because that's the only quiet place in the house. The ultra-affordable starter, Fifine K669B. Let's kick this off with the legend. If you have been on YouTube for more than 5 minutes looking for audio gear, you have heard of the Fifine K669B. This thing is the cockroach of microphones, and I mean that as a compliment. It's been around, it's durable, and it refuses to die. Priced around $30 to $35, this is the I have no money, but I want to start a channel option. It's a metal USB condenser microphone. That word condenser is important. It means it's very sensitive. It picks up a lot of detail in your voice. When you use this, you sound crisp. The highs are high, the clarity is there. You plug it into your computer, select it in your settings, and boom, you are done. No software to download, no drivers to install. It just works. However, because it's a condenser, it has ears like a bat. If you are typing on a mechanical keyboard that sounds like a machine gun, this mic will hear it. If your mom is vacuuming downstairs, this mic will hear it. It's great if you are in a quiet room, but if you live next to a construction site, this might be a struggle. But for $30, it is unbeatable value. It's the perfect first step. You buy this, you use it for a year, you learn how to talk into a mic, and then you upgrade. The minimalist choice. Razer Seiren Mini. Next up, let's talk about the Razer Seiren Mini. This little guy looks like a pill or a very sleek egg. It costs around $50, and it is adorable. But don't let the size fool you. The reason this mic is on the list is because of its pickup pattern. It uses something called a supercardioid pattern. Imagine a laser beam coming out of the top of the mic. It only listens to what is directly in that beam. It ignores the keyboard clicking behind it, way better than most other mics in this price range. This makes it amazing for streamers who have a messy desk or a loud computer fan. It is simple, maybe too simple for some. It has no buttons, no volume knob, no mute button. You plug it in and it's on. That's it. If you want to mute yourself, you have to click mute in your software. But for $50, the sound quality is shockingly good. It's warm, it's full, and it doesn't sound thin or tinny. If you want a mic that looks modern, takes up zero space on your desk, and makes you sound great without you having to touch a single button, this is the one. The Gamer's Sphere, Logitech Yeti Orb. Now, let's talk about something a bit newer and weird looking, the Logitech Yeti Orb. This came out, and people were confused. It looks like a spaceship or a magic 8-ball. But don't let the looks fool you. This is built specifically for gamers who just want to stream and not worry about technical nonsense. It sits at around $60. The biggest selling point here is the software. Logitech has this G-Hub software that is actually useful. It includes bluevo.ce presets. This is basically a magic filter that cleans up your audio in real time. It can remove background noise and make your voice sound deeper or crisper with just one click. It's plug and play, which is a fancy way of saying dummy-proof. You plug it in and the lights turn on, because of course it has RGB lights. If you are a streamer, you know that RGB increases your skill level by at least 10%. Okay, not really, but it looks cool on camera. The sound is solid. It's a condenser capsule, so it picks up detail well. It's not the most versatile mic on this list, but if you want something that looks good on a gaming setup and requires zero brain power to set up, this is a strong contender. The feature-packed show-off, Fifine AM8. Okay, moving up the ladder, we have the Fifine AM8. This is where things get serious. This microphone is scary good for the price. We are talking about $60, depending on if you catch a sale. Here is why this mic is stealing the show. It has everything. Literally everything. First off, it's a dynamic microphone. Remember how I said condenser mics pick up everything? Dynamic mics are the opposite. They are chill. They only pick up what is right in front of them. This is amazing for untreated rooms. It ignores the traffic outside. It ignores your keyboard clicking. It focuses on your voice. But the AM8 doesn't stop there. It has both USB and XLR connections. This is huge. USB means you can plug it straight into your laptop right now. XLR means later on, if you buy a professional audio interface or a mixer, you can still use this same microphone. It grows with you. It's future-proof. On top of that, it has touch mute buttons. You just tap the top to mute. No clicking sound, no hard switches. Just a silent tap. And yes, it has RGB lighting that you can control. You want it to glow red like a villain? You got it. You want it to cycle through colors like a disco? Done. It sounds warm. It sounds broadcasty. And it looks like it costs 3 times as much as it does. If you are a streamer who wants that radio host look and sound without the radio host budget, the AM8 is a beast. The reliable tank, Audio-Technica ATR2100X. Now we have to pay respects to the grandfather of budget podcasting. The Audio-Technica ATR2100X. This mic isn't flashy. It doesn't have RGB lights. It doesn't look like a spaceship. It looks like a microphone. Like if you asked a 5-year-old to draw a microphone, they would draw this. It costs around $79. Why is it on the list if it's boring? Because it is indestructible and it works every single time. This is the microphone that big podcasters like Tim Ferriss used for years. It's a dynamic mic, so it's great at rejecting noise. It also has that USB and XLR dual connectivity. The sound signature is very clean. It doesn't add a lot of bass to your voice, which is actually good if you have a deep voice and don't want to sound muddy. It cuts through the mix. If you are doing interviews, or if you travel a lot, this is the one. You can throw it in a backpack, drop it on the floor, and it will probably be fine. The AM8 feels a bit plasticky. The ATR2100X feels like a tool. It's not a toy, it's a piece of equipment. If you don't care about flashing lights and just want pure, reliable audio, this is the heavy hitter. The undisputed champion, Samson Q2U. But now, we arrive at the king, the heavyweight champion of the world of budget audio, the Samson Q2U. If you only take one thing away from this video, let it be this name, Samson Q2U. It costs about $70, but it fights in the same ring as mics that cost $400. I am not exaggerating. I have seen blind audio tests where audio engineers, people who do this for a living, could not tell the difference between the Q2U and the legendary Shure SM7B. So, why is this the best outcome? It combines everything we just talked about. It is a dynamic microphone, so it is forgiving. You don't need soundproof foam on your walls. You can record in your messy bedroom and still sound like you are in a studio. It has the dual USB and XLR output, so you have that upgrade path. But the magic is in the tone. It has a richness to it that the others just barely miss. The Fifine AM8 is great, but it can sound a little bit processed. The ATR2100X is clear, but can sound a little thin. The Q2U sits right in the middle, warm, clear, and natural. It comes with everything in the box. You get the mic, a little desk stand, a USB cable, and even an XLR cable. It is the complete package. You take it out of the box, plug it in, and you sound professional immediately. It doesn't have RGB lights. It doesn't have a touch mute button. It has an on/off switch, and that's it. It focuses on one thing, making your voice sound incredible. And it does that better than anything else in this price bracket. So let's wrap this up. We are in 2026. The days of needing a massive studio budget are over. The barrier to entry has been smashed. If you literally have $30 and just want to be heard, grab the Fifine K669B. It's the best entry point. If you want something tiny that ignores your keyboard clicks, get the Razer Seiren Mini. If you are a gamer and want easy software and lights, the Logitech Yeti Orb is your friend. If you want features, mute buttons, and a modern look, the Fifine AM8 is the coolest kid on the block. If you want a tank that will survive the apocalypse, get the Audio-Technica ATR2100X. But if you want the absolute best outcome, the perfect balance of price, performance, and versatility, the Samson Q2U is the one. It's the mic that proves you don't need to be rich to sound like a pro. It's the cheat code. Don't let bad audio ruin your content. People will forgive bad video quality. They will watch a video that is grainy or a bit dark. But if your audio is bad, if it hurts their ears, they are clicking away in 2 seconds. Audio is the emotional connection. It's how you talk to people's brains. Treat it with respect, but don't go broke doing it.